Hi, this is Corina Angela, and today I wanted to share with you an exercise. It's the first exercise in my book. It's called Clairvoyant Streaming Exercise, and yeah, it's the first exercise that I personally went through with Edgar Cayce and Gladys Davis Turner. This is from my book, Transference, Connect Your Soul Self. It's a reference manual to discover your soul self. And I wrote this back in 2019 with Edgar Cayce and Gladys Davis Turner. This is my own personal story of just an epic journey of connecting in with the energies of Edgar Cayce and Gladys Davis Turner and being the bridge to bring forth this information. Um, this first exercise is the fourth, after the fourth entry um, of my book, and that's entry number 4, and it it's based on telepathy. So this exercise is clairvoyance streaming, and I'll just read it. And this first exercise that did come through was incredibly helpful for me and practicing it, but also gaining the confidence and understanding what was transpiring throughout this whole process of writing this book. So I'll share it with you now and yeah, utilize this exercise because it is really fun. And yeah, let me know if what your experience was and how you enjoyed it. And yeah, go from there. Okay. So here's a brief summary from my personal clairvoyant streaming exercise experience. For my personal process, I chose the book Extraordinary Psychic by Deborah Lynn Katz. I slept with the book under my pillow for one night. When I awoke the following morning, a mental I mentally placed my focus on the book and allowed a page number to surface in my thoughts. I then wrote that page number down in my notebook. I placed both hands on top of the book and focused on that page with my eyes closed. I'd begin asking myself questions. So what I'm doing here, I chose. So back up a little bit. So at the end of, uh, let's see, I want to say chapter entry 4, telepathy, Edgar told me to pick out a book, any book. He instructed me to sleep with my chosen book under my pillow and upon awakening in the morning to write down any information I had retained. Here is a brief summary of my own personal experience utilizing this exercise. So basically, he was instructing me to, try out this exercise. So I personally went through this exercise with him and Gladys. So through this, I began asking myself questions. Was the page number that surfaced in my mind on the left or the right side? Could I see the numbers, hear the numbers, or know which side the page number was on? I quickly wrote down my answers to these questions in my notebook. So here I pick out a book. I'm here and I put both, of my hands on the book, and I'm really focusing in on the energy of the book that I had just, slept with under my pillow, and during the course of the evening and the night, what did I ascertain? So now I'm coming up with questions, okay, and I'm doing a recall. I mean, that's what I'm really doing. I'm recalling. Okay, but I'm asking myself these questions of, okay, so what page number is it on? Is it on the left hand, the right hand side? Can I see it? Can I see, what can I see with my eyes open, and what can I see with my eyes closed? So whatever I'm, experiencing, I'm writing down in my notebook. So I'm documenting what I'm experiencing. Okay. So then I began to focus on that page and asked myself more questions. What words came up? So that now I'm really honing in on, okay, I'm seeing the number, 23, and I'm writing down the number, whatever it was. And now I'm honing in on that page. Like what words? Am I seeing any words? Am I feeling any words? Am I sensing any words that I can recall? Okay. Did I see a picture or sense a feeling? I began to write down random words that would come into my mind and then began writing out short sentences. So this was the process. I would, a word would come up and then I would write more information based on that word. When I felt that I was done, I opened up my book and went to the exact page that I'd written down and then began to cross-reference the actual information that was on that exact page. I would place a check mark along all the words and the information that were correct. I would also write down any sensations that I was experiencing while doing this exercise. So this was like an in-depth exercise that Edgar wanted me to go through to really, you know, hone in on the information. I repeated this exercise 8 or 9 times and found that on some days I would be spot on with all the information I'd recorded in my notebook, while on other days only a few words were correct. I realized that if I cleared my mind before I went to sleep and only thought of the book, I slept soundly and could recall more of the information that was in the book. I also noticed that when I was very tired, didn't clear my mind, and had not slept well, that I would not retain as much information and became very frustrated. In the end, I decided I would focus more on clearing my mind before falling asleep each night. So I was very clear, I that snapshot became very clear. Hey, if I don't eat well, if I don't, get enough sleep, if I'm frustrated, if I'm tired, I'm not retaining a lot more information. If I go to bed, at a decent hour, I'm getting really solid sleep. I'm only focusing on the book underneath my pillow. I ate well that day or whatever it was. I begin to notice like, ooh, I could really retain more information based on what I was focused on. So step one, so this is from EC, Edgar Cayce. You will need to choose a partner who is willing and able to participate in this clairvoyant streaming exercise. Begin to think of words and colors traveling back and forth telepathically through your mind. So there begins to develop a solid matter of streaming, clairvoyance, clairvoyant streaming, if you will. So basically, he's telling me that when we're focused in on this with a partner, this is what can be developed. This exercise will build up your clairvoyance muscle and expand your capacity to stream solid matter back and forth to your partner telepathically. Begin with a short breathing exercise as a clearing meditation for both you and your partner, helping you both to ground in preparation for this exercise. Take several long, slow, deep breaths in, and as you exhale each breath, relax into your body a little more. When you both feel calm and relaxed, move on to step two. So he's going, step by step what we can do with partners or friends or colleagues or whoever we choose to have that partner with. Okay. Step two, close your eyes. Focus on seeing a red ball of energy in your mind's eye and begin to move that energy back and forth between you and your partner. Continue this exercise for the next 5 minutes. So here, and you can do this on the phone, you can do this, however you want to connect with your partner and do when you're doing this ex, or you can, have your partner right in front of you, and you're in your mind's eye, you're streamlining this red ball back and forth, back, and you're doing it at the same time. This allows the muscle to be built up over time. And when it gets stronger and stronger, it's super fun. It's like, wow, okay. Your body begins to start moving. And you're in rhythm, you're in sync. It's quite, remarkable. And you can do it on the phone, you can do it Zoom, whatever, with your eyes closed. And pretty soon the body language begins to be one because you're doing it simultaneously. And yeah, it's anyway. Step 3, now change the object to a green ball, a blue ball, a yellow flower, etc. Repeat the exercise, moving each new object between you and your partner for 5 minutes per object. So that's the end of step 3. And you can take this, as far as you want it, but really it's a matter of building up your confidence, building up your abilities, building up your clairvoyant your clairvoyant streaming of telepathic messages, telepathic objects. And you're really honing in on the way that you can develop and build up this muscle within inside yourself and to share it with other people. So I hope you have fun with this exercise because it really, again, this is my own personal process that Edgar and Gladys we went through, and just really, learning this as I was receiving this information has just been a blessing, and a confidence builder, and knowing that, you know, when we focus on something, we can really create amazing things. So I'll leave you with that. Thank you so much for joining me today. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And my book, Transference, Connect Your Soul Self. This is the first exercise in Transference and Connect Your Soul Self. And I hope you enjoyed it today. And yeah, let me know how your muscle is developing and how much fun you're having with it, because that's the most important, to really, ask these questions of yourself and connect with other people that can help you build that muscle up and feel more confident in your skin and your body, and all of those things, and what can you do with this amazing exercise. So thank you again for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I'm Corina Angela. Until the next time we connect, hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.